What's up, everybody? It's your boy Eric from Meet the Computer Solutions, and this is Wine Wednesday, the night of the week that y'all all wait for. And tonight, guys, boy, we got a lot of stuff to talk about. I don't even know if 2 hours is enough time to talk about all the things that we have to talk about today.
I don't even know if people got that notification.
I know. Look, we still waiting on notification because ain't nobody popped in yet. So I want to, but this see the replay. That's what's so good about this new YouTube thing, right? So people that watch the replay and like, all right, cool, I got it right at the beginning. Everything works out. So welcome everybody. Welcome to the replay. If you watch the replay, welcome. Thank you very much. And we got the total VIPs in the building. We got Catwoman in the building with that blurry cat. Look at that cat.
No, it was just
Cloud Fawn.
Anyways, y'all know what
this is just praising it.
Everyone who's confused, this is the beginning of the show. This is still the beginning. You have not come in the middle. This is going to be like this tonight. This is the beginning. This is not the middle.
All right. And we got Miss Kimmy in the building, aka Scrumptious.
What's up? I think Catwoman's camera has been drinking with her tonight. That's all.
Yes.
I drink and gets the effect.
and we got Emily D. Baker is in the building. Hello.
Hey everybody. Good to see you guys. I am just getting ready to pop into the rosé. And we forgot, like we got so into it last week, we didn't even get to what everybody was drinking. So I think we need to cover that like right now. Because we just need to cover that right now because we're gonna forget again once we get into it.
Drinks up, baby.
And Catwoman normally doesn't drink. What are you drinking, Catwoman?
Roscato.
Woman's into it tonight. I love it.
Roscato. Now I had rosé, but I drank it before the night started. So I'm on some other type of stuff. I'm on some nice high-end fruity stuff with a little addition of this.
Nice.
So I got some fruity pebble stuff going on over here.
Well, I'm mixing with you tonight. I got tequila. Margarita mix. So,
ooh, tequila.
Nice. I like that you're making margaritas as we talk.
Yes.
I love it.
Yes. And Miss Emily D. Baker.
I am drinking Côte de Roses. It is rosé all day. It is a very fancy bottle. It actually has a rose cut out on the bottom. It's from Trader Joe's. It's not super fancy, but it's good and it doesn't give me a headache. So, you know, and since it's 6 p.m., it is, and it's got a glass cork. So it's got its own little dropper. So you can just pop it back in if you don't drink the whole bottle, which is normally the goal for me on Wine Wednesday, to not drink the entire bottle. But tonight that might not happen.
Yeah.
Tonight might be a full bottle kind of a night, but it is only 6 p.m. on the West Coast, people. So we try not to get too crazy. I actually brought I brought a little wine holder out here with me in my office, my very fancy office. The garage. You can see the garage floor back there. But that's all right. It's all right. You work with what you got. So
yes.
Cheers, everyone. Cheers. It's only Wednesday, but it feels like it's been all of a week. Like it's already been so much of a week. It's been so much of a week.
Yes.
It's just been so much of a week. So cheers.
Yes. And before we get started, Hype Ninja, he asked me a question. Did I like the new intro you made? Listen, I saw the intro. The intro was okay. There's got to be some tweaking with it. So the intro was okay. For what you've done, you did a fantastic job with the intro. Taking it that you about, I think, 13, 14 years old. So thank you very much for the intro that you sent me. But I definitely could try to use it, incorporate it into something. So yes, I do like the intro you sent me. So thank you very much for doing that intro. Listen, I get a lot of people send me a lot of emails. A lot of people do a lot of things for me. But yes, and I've talked to you a couple of times. So yes, so Hype Ninja is in the building. That's what I'm talking about. So yes, you did a good job taking it that as young as you are. You did a very good job. So keep on doing this tech stuff. You got a bright future. I promise you that.
Practice
all right.
Perfect.
Yes. So, all right, guys, ladies, let's not even waste any time. Let's get into the hot topics of the week. All right, so Zuckerberg, let's get into this Facebook stuff. Let's get into that first, right? This is Emily. You're on mute. I know Emily ready to scream.
I muted because I was just sharing out my the link for Wine Wednesday, and I've got my not preferred mouse here, so it's like click 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 click.
Yeah.
With because I normally use the Magic Mouse, but with the mic stand. It's a situation. I'm having a situation, but I didn't want you to all be suffered with my mouse, but I'm going to scream. So go ahead. I'm not going to scream yet.
So I'm just trying to get the intro done. Zuckerberg has been in Congress. He's been drilled for 2 days. And I watched it yesterday. I couldn't bear watch it today because some of the questions were the same old question. And you know what I found out about this line of questioning? Half these dudes don't know nothing about tech. I've seen it. They don't know nothing about technology.
No
so
shit.
I'm looking at Zuckerberg's face like, what the hell are you talking about? And I know he's trying to say as professional as possible. And I'm sitting in the background like, these guys don't know nothing about technology. They don't know nothing about. I mean, look, I'm gonna let y'all jump in here. I'm just gonna give you my flat out opinion. Facebook is an app. If you don't want to be on Facebook, you don't have to be on Facebook. Facebook is a social media app. If you don't want to be on any social media, you don't have to. You do it by choice. Now, I don't condone all the millions and millions of stolen stuff that analytically stole. That's a bad thing. But terms of service, when you click on yes, I approve. Yes, I want to share this. Yes, I click the like button. Yes. And once you click that, you give your permissions to Facebook to do whatever the terms of services says. So some of the consumers have to bear some responsibility on some of this stuff, right? Now I understand Facebook has a big obligation to try to protect our data, right? But I mean, oh my God, I don't know. It's confusing to me. I just was watching some of this stuff. And I'm like, these guys don't know nothing about technology. But I'm gonna let you run at it, Emily. I know you're ready. She just went.
We got to chat Floyd.
Yeah. Floyd. Yes.
Yeah.
Derek Floyd.
Hey, Derek. Thank you for the super chat.
Thank you for the super chat. Cheers to Derek.
Yes. Cheers for Derek.
Derek, you get to ask a question that we'll answer. So ask a question that we'll answer. I think that's the way it's going tonight. Ask anything. We'll answer it or plead the fifth. It's going to be like Andy Cohen live up in here. So go ahead and answer. Ask a question.
So Emily, what's your thoughts about this Facebook?
I have so many feelings. I'm okay. Everybody, just buckle in. Just stick with me for a minute. We all learned how much our senators in the judicial committee, how much our congressmen don't know. Okay. And here's the thing. I worked in Congress. So I worked for a congressman in college. I was a political science major. I have worked on political campaigns. I worked at the Democratic National Convention behind the scenes when it was in LA, because it was in LA and I was in LA. So I have worked some in politics, though it's been a while. There are 20-year-olds and up running around working for these senators. Like, they could have sat down anyone on their team and said, can you please explain some shit to me, before they went and asked Zuckerberg questions. Okay. It's not like it's hard to find someone to brief you. And you could see some of the senators had done that or were trying to do that, but some of them just asked stupid ass questions. They were asking Facebook, or Zuckerberg, hey, do you take a portion of each thing that's sold using a Facebook ad? What in the ever-loving hell are you even asking right now? That's not how any of this works. And the reason Facebook was there is to investigate how Cambridge Analytica happened and how we can do better in the future. Yeah. So a brief rundown for anyone who hasn't paid attention, and it's totally fine. This stuff enrages me. I prefer not to pay attention to, but when the government's looking at regulating private companies, my little libertarian heart sits up and goes, wait, what the fuck you doing? We're gonna fight right now. We are going to fight. So Cambridge Analytica had an app. Cambridge Analytica is a firm that helps do essentially social media marketing for political campaigns based out of the UK. So there are all these political campaigns that are clients of Cambridge Analytica and pay for them to analyze data that they get from wherever and then put together these statistics on how to vote. This was something that, okay, so when I was in college, I graduated 2001. So this wasn't the kind of data we had access to, but there was still similar data. You could still run these huge computer programs saying, I want to know how a 40-year-old woman who's Catholic with 2 kids, who's never been divorced, who lives in this jurisdiction, this precinct in Iowa is likely to feel about these 6 issues and this candidate. Like, you could run that data back then to try to predict voting and target advertising to different swing states, jurisdictions, and down to the precinct level, grouping people by stereotype, essentially. So you're grouping people by general race, general demographics, educational level, income level, how many children they had, those kinds of things. Facebook has given us way more information than like census data, because census data only comes out every 10 years. So Facebook is giving you up to the minute data. What Cambridge Analytica did was they got information from an app that, when you opted into the app, allowed it to scrape all your friends' data as well, which at the time, Facebook didn't have it against their terms of service. And that was back in 2010 to 2012-ish. So Facebook changed their terms of service in 2014 so that you can't grab friend data. But back in the day, you used to like hit up your Farmville and then it would scrape all your friends' information too. It doesn't do that anymore, but it used to. And so that was part of the issue, is that people didn't opt in to have this data taken about them. So that's one of the biggest problems. We're also combining this with the fact that the EU the EU passed regulations 2 years ago in April called the GDPR, and I've got the long name for it somewhere, but the General Data Protection Regulations. God, the fact that I know that hurts my head, but the General Data Protection Regulations in the EU. So they're requiring different kinds of disclosures for citizens in any EU member state. So the US is behind the 8 ball on what the rest of the world is doing, or what the rest of the kind of developed nations are doing with regards to data security. So with Cambridge Analytica coming out, and what came out in the last few weeks is that Facebook told Cambridge Analytica to delete the data, and Cambridge Analytica went, yeah, it's deleted, and still had all of the data, right? So now it's coming up. How is Facebook protecting data? It's essentially releasing. They kept asking Zuckerberg if he's selling data, and he's like, well, we kind of rent it. We don't sell your data. We don't like give it away. We still have it. We just kind of lease it to everybody who wants to pay us for it. But how Facebook lets that data out of their servers and onto other servers for other people to keep, because once they let other people have it, you can't retrieve it back. So once that data is out to Cambridge Analytica, I can't say, Facebook, delete my data, and then know it's been deleted, because it's now on all these third-party servers. So that's the big problem, is that we're trying to figure out where, I can say, oh, my data's on Facebook. I've chosen what I've given to Facebook, and I want to go delete my Facebook account. Well, Cambridge Analytica still has a copy of my data, but I don't know that. And that's really the problem. So looking at if the government should regulate our internet privacy, how they should regulate our internet privacy, how they should regulate privately held companies like Facebook. And I say privately held because it's not a government agency, but Facebook is a publicly traded company. I said this last week. I will say this again. A publicly traded company's first duty is to its shareholders and to make money. If you think that Facebook's first primary purpose is anything other than that, let's have a chat about how the economy works. And we will talk about that. But they have a duty to their shareholders first. And then, so the government wants them to have this greater duty to protect our data, but the government, not a single fucking person said people need to have some responsibility about how they splash their shit around online. Nobody said that. Yeah. And the other thing that really bothered me is that one of the senators, one of the old white curmudgeon-y senators were like, Mr. Zuckerberg, people have lost confidence in the U.S. government. Don't you think you have a duty to help people regain their confidence? I'm like, the fuck he does. I'm sorry. How the hell is it Zuckerberg's problem that y'all are philandering assholes? Like, how is that his problem, that people have lost faith in you? Like, people have lost faith in Facebook and their stock absolutely dropped. That's a bigger issue for Facebook. Facebook's not worried about what people think about the government. Like, they're not, they shouldn't be. It's not their responsibility. The only thing I heard that I really super agreed with was, yes, there should be some kind of standard for how we let people know how their data is used. So yes, there should be a clean, clear, and concise standard so that everyone can access that and know how their data is used.
But should he have to be there for 10 hours to go through
No, people wanted to showboat because midterm elections are coming up. Like, don't you think that this is all about Facebook? Half the senators wanted to talk so that they could say, well, this is what I said to Zuckerberg when they go home and have to come back up for their midterm elections. So don't think that this is all just about Zuckerberg. Some of them didn't ask questions. Some of them grandstanded. There was one senator that was just railing about how the Obama campaign used Facebook information and nobody was complaining about it then. True. They did.
What about the ones that couldn't get his name right? They called him Zuckerman.
Zuckerman. Zuckerman. They're like, Zuckerman?
Yep. Yep. And when people say, oh, I feel like Senate is out of touch, I feel like Congress is out of touch, you get to see it in things like this where the populace is actually watching their senators in action. And we get to see that the people who get elected time after time after time after time just suck on some of this stuff. They just do. And it's just shocking. But at the end of the day, it's our responsibility to be informed about how our information and data is used. But companies shouldn't be allowed to hide how that's done. So I think it's fair. And the one thing, I don't know if y'all picked up on this, but the one thing Zuckerberg refused to answer is the way Facebook tracks people when they're not on Facebook.
Yeah.
He would not get into all of it. And one of the senators yesterday said, yeah, but if I'm like looking for hot chocolate and then I go back and see ads for hot chocolate, how does that work? And Zuckerberg wouldn't get into Facebook pixels and he wouldn't get into anything more in depth because I think there's stuff there that we don't know about. The other thing I want to talk about is Zuckerberg's notepad. Did you guys see this? Did you guys see the notes?
I didn't see the notes.
Oh, okay. Can I share my screen? I don't know if I can.
Please.
Yeah.
I don't know if I can. Hold on. Let me see if I can share my screen and pop this up.
Big House Production, it was way more than 40 senators. It was 2 days. It was yesterday and today. He got grilled about
okay.
100.
So yesterday was senators. Today was congressmen. So right. I don't remember how many. Everybody got 5 minutes and I would have to look up.
I think it said it was 100. Uh-oh, she just froze up.
Yeah, it's a lot of people. So let me see if I can share my screen real quick. There we go. And we're going to see all of our faces. Can I just share an application window? Yes. Okay. I'm just going to share this. This is the first time I've done this. I don't know if it's working.
No, you did it before. When you showed
the
emoji.
Are we there?
Oh yeah, I see it.
Okay,
there we go.
A photojournalist. Now, this is Zuckerberg's notepad. I turned it around so I could read it. The original photo looks like this.
Yeah.
But this is Zuckerberg's folder that was sitting at the table. I don't know if this hand opened this so that the photo could be taken. I'm not sure. But when I went through his notes, I turned it around so I could read it. There were parts of this where he was going to slam Apple. So when we get, I can't move it around. Hold on. So he was talking about Tim Cook on Biz Model, Bezos at Facebook. We try hard to charge you less. In fact, we're free, which he kept coming back to. On lots of stories about apps misusing Apple data. I'd never seen Apple notify people. Important you hold everyone to the same standard. So this was some of my favorite stuff. But he definitely had his bullet points on should he resign. Like he was waiting for them to ask him, should you resign? I founded Facebook. These are my decisions. I made mistakes. It's a big challenge, but we solve problems. No accountability for Mark Zuckerberg. Accountability to you, to employees, to people who use Facebook. Never talked about his shareholders.
He was ready.
He was ready.
Yeah, diversity and everything.
He was ready to defend Facebook. He was ready to talk about how they're not diverse enough. So when you get over here, it says, a long way to go. 3% African American, 5% Hispanics in Facebook.
You know what? You know what this shows? This shows that he thought they were really smart.
Right. And it wasn't.
He was ready for real stuff.
He was ready for real stuff. And down here's GDPR. Don't say we already do what GDPR requires. So I love some of this. This down here where her hand is talking about kids, gives parents control over kids, talking about ads and kids. I wish I could see that part, but this really gets into data safety. I use Facebook every day. So does my family. Made mistakes, working hard to fix them, give people more controls. So
He was ready.
he was really, really ready for it. I'm curious. I'm going to unshare this because you can find these stories everywhere. I'm curious about the photojournalistic ethics of whether somebody opened that when he left it during a Senate hearing and whether that's appropriate or not. I'm curious about that. I don't know. But hey, he left it sitting on the table and they're like, look, it's just kind of like my Facebook data. I leave it sitting on the table. You take it open, you sell it to people. So I might as well take a picture and sell it to people. The photojournalists were like, hey, Mark, fair's fair, buddy.
Yeah.
But he was definitely ready for it. He was definitely ready to come after Apple. And
it was so funny though. He didn't even have to be ready for it because they didn't. They was clueless. Now I can tell you, to tell you the truth, he was prepared.
He should be. You can't go in front of the Senate Judiciary Committee and not be, and not be prepared and not seem disrespectful. I think he is really, the media keeps calling it the apology tour, but I really think he's trying to regain some faith in showing that he's not just kind of a money grubbing, sell your data, sell your soul kind of a business. And I really do think that, this is a guy who developed this because he wanted to rate hot chicks, right? Like he wanted to rate women on campus and it became this thing. And I think he handled himself pretty well. And people are like, he was drinking water all weird. I'm like, have you ever testified? Ever? Like, it's some scary shit to sit and testify. And I did jury trials for 10 years and watched what witnesses went through. It is scary. And I can't imagine. And the Senate Judiciary, where they have the Senate hearings, they're up on this huge podium, like staring down at you. And you're just like down there by yourself. And there's cameras on you. It is, I can imagine that drinking the water was like, okay, I'm going to take a breath. I'm going to take a breath. I'm going to drink some water. It's going to be okay. But the memes on Twitter were ruthless. They're like, humans drink water, look human.
Oh, they had memes of him looking like data.
Oh yeah.
I need to collect human data so I know how people feel.
They've got all the memes of Zuckerberg, and yeah, he's a billionaire, but at the same time, I mean, he's a dude who invented a thing. He's a tech dude. Like a lot of our tech friends are awkward, right? Like this. I imagine that he's kind of an introverted dude and that this is not comfortable for him, but his business is out in the street and he's got to go handle it because they didn't do it right.
Yeah. I want to read what Will Broussard said. So he said, amazing. He, meaning Mark Zuckerberg, was better prepared than our Senator of Education.
Secretary of Education.
Absolutely.
True.
That's so true. He was more prepared than anybody that was up there. I have one question though, because all right, first let me give props over to Emily because you handled that really well. I don't have anything to add when it comes to the information. But the only thing that I have to add, well, there's two things that I want to add is number one, name one thing that the USA regulates that they do very well.
None.
Okay.
Nothing.
That's the answer.
Nothing.
I don't want them regulating Facebook because if they regulate Facebook, then they're gonna have to regulate what I say and choose to share.
Which scares the shit out of me, by the way.
I'm disappointed with Facebook, but I'm not deleting my Facebook. I knew early on before going into Facebook because I kind of had my trial and error with MySpace, what I should say and what I shouldn't say on social media. Thankfully, all that stuff is deleted on my MySpace. And so when I went over to Facebook, I got to do over, right? So I know what to say and what not to say, But as far as that is concerned, no, I do not want the government regulating nothing. But I do need to say that Mark Zuckerberg failed. And I'll tell you why. Because appearance is everything. And I was looking at and I was putting myself in the shoes of someone who doesn't really understand Facebook, who just uses it. As a matter of fact, I had my daughter sitting next to me and they were asking me questions like, is that true? Wait, is that true? Why is he lying? They kept saying that he kept lying. You want to know why? The whole time he kept saying, well, Senator, I believe. No, I don't want to know what you believe. I want to know what you know. So if you know that Facebook does this and that, say you know Facebook does not operate like this. I already know the information.
Well,
I get it, but some of that's proprietary information.
Yeah, that's it. Proprietary.
Okay, but you're trying to save your own ass, though. You're trying to make me trust you.
But he's not trying to make them trust him. He's there in an advisory capacity. His job is to keep Facebook afloat and not lose any more money for his shareholders. You can't spill all your business in the street.
It's not spilling your business if you.
It is if it's proprietary.
Let me finish. I'm coming at this from an emotional standpoint because people run on emotions. You saying stuff like "I believe," well, I suspect, things of that nature, that makes you unsure. He looked so unsure. I knew for a fact some of the things that he was saying was correct or not, but the average person did not. Okay.
But I get it. Go ahead, Easy.
Wait. Time out. You know, the average consumer does not have to be on Facebook. People make a choice. Just like driving. If you drive drunk, you make a choice. You make a choice when you see terms of service and you say yes. You willingly giving your permission to have a third party on Facebook or whoever, Google, to take your information, find your friends and connect you. That's what he kept saying. That's the purpose of Facebook. Friend connection. But as an average consumer, if you go on Instagram, if you go on Twitter, if you go on social media and you give your information up and you hit yes to terms of service, then I think the reason why I say this is because a lot of the senators ask the stupidest question: who is your competition? Me as an owner, nobody. I don't give a shit. I ain't nobody.
They were hitting confidence though and trust.
No, they were hitting it whether he had a monopoly or not, because a monopoly would give them room to regulate.
Right.
So if he had admitted, oh yeah, I have a monopoly, there's no real competition, that might give them an angle to regulate. So there's more going on there than just the words that are being said. There is some chess playing going on, and this is the Senate Judiciary Committee. So they're looking for a way to regulate Facebook, and they're looking to pin him down. When you say, I believe, you're not being pinned down, so that if something comes back,
that
is also in trouble for perjury.
Oh, you was freezing up. You froze up.
Say it again, please.
I'm sorry. And I'm not saying anything nasty. I swear. I am not. I'm just explaining how the process works to the people.
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing.
But he doesn't want to be pinned down because he doesn't want it to come out that he lied to the Senate Judiciary Committee about something. So when he's vague, it gives him wiggle room.
Right. But
it seemed like he was trying to be a political person, like he was trying to be a politician.
I think he was scared of getting fried down the road, and I understand that fear.
But okay, so there's pandering to the politics in a way, or covering your ass. But then confidence to the people, the confidence there has gone down. His stock has gone up a little bit though.
Yeah, I get the confidence bit with the average consumer, but when you have to weigh whether you're playing to the Senate or whether you're playing to the average consumer, you play to the Senate in that situation. And then you make some Facebook ads to the average consumer and add some, new filters to Instagram stories like you've ripped off from Snapchat, and everybody's going to be happy. Like that's what he's going to do.
One thing about it, if you look at it like this, okay, so they kept on asking the questions about how much money he made. Okay, the man is an entrepreneur. He has his own business. Who gives a shit if he made $400 million? Of course, that's the goal, right? To make money.
Yeah,
I think they're trying to point out that he benefited greatly from this leak. And I don't think he benefited greatly from this Cambridge Analytica leak. I mean, he benefits from selling Facebook ads, but
Cambridge Analytica benefited more than Facebook.
The politicians that also won campaigns because they used
exactly.
So nobody wanted to talk about that shit.
Right. Mm-hmm. But let me ask you this question. This is interesting. Do you think that Facebook would become a paid service? Because he didn't rule that out.
Yeah,
Say
probably.
Facebook would be free, but it may be just like how YouTube is doing. You got YouTube Red, YouTube TV. Now they do have a free version of YouTube, but they do have a paid version of YouTube that gives you different content.
There is a paid version of Facebook that's going to be coming out, which is the news part of it, where they have trusted news people where you can get your news from Facebook through them, where they cherry pick the types of articles that are presented to the people and you pay for it. So I know that is coming out. So that's probably why he was saying, well, you know, right now it's free. Right now, you know.
I mean, how do you get around this kind of stuff without making it a paid service? Like you're damned if you do and you're damned if you don't at this point, right? But Facebook makes a lot of money off of ads. Facebook makes a ton of money off of ad revenue. So if they leave it a free platform, and that's the thing, it's like the dating services where men have to pay to access the service and women don't. It's like you charge the people who want to be in front of your audience. So you keep your audience free and then you charge the people who want to be in front of your audience more and more.
Like the club.
What?
Like the club? Yeah.
Like the club.
Get in for free.
Right. You let the target audience in for free and then you charge everybody else. And that's not what Facebook started, but at some point Facebook had to make money. One of the senators made a great point. He said, look, when you started Facebook in your dorm room, how many people did you have on your government regulatory committee? And he's like, and that's the thing. We've got to remember that we are now evolving into a new way of dealing with information. And I think the government's struggling with that. And I think they're struggling because they don't understand it. Like they have no basic understanding of how Facebook actually works. And that's terrifying because the people who want to regulate what we do in these spaces where we work and we make money don't fucking understand how it works. Yeah. And that shit is so scary. But what person, I mean, under 40 wants to run for Senate or Congress? Like who? And we're going to have a crisis when we get to kids that are younger because their whole world has been lived out on Facebook. Imagine trying to run for political office when you went to college and those pictures were on Facebook. Imagine, like we started seeing this with Bill Clinton. And we started seeing this with Obama when they're like, did you smoke weed? It's like, well, I might have smoked weed. And you can't get around it. It's like, you know, we're going to get into political campaigns 10 years down the road. And it's going to be like, were you slamming cocaine off of a naked stripper? Because we have the pictures.
It's just we have your
easy. I would say, I call that growth.
And it scares me, though, because you're not going to have the same quality of person involved in the decision-making process. And that is also very scary to me because good people who want to do good things are going to go to companies and make money.
Yeah.
They don't want to be in politics.
Yeah.
I'm echoing.
So then that is, that's another question. Who should regulate Facebook?
Right. Well, I think a lot of it's on the consumers, right?
Yeah.
It's a lot on the consumers. Money does talk. And you want to put your ads in front of me. Right? You want to put your ads in front of me. So then you're going to need to be held accountable to me. The problem is, this is the other thing that pissed me off, is it was really clear that our senators and our congressmen came from the position that they believe the American people are stupid. And they believe that the American people, that the government needs to tell them how to live, how to act, and what to put on social media. And I completely disagree with that. And I believe that you need to make the way that you said, okay, you can't make labeling medication really confusing. It needs to be a similar type of regulation. Look, you can't make your privacy policies so confusing no one can read them. You need to make it so that the average person with a junior high school education can access this and understand how their data is being used, and then leave it alone. Leave it alone.
This one senator was like, you need to write this in basic English, not Swahili.
English. And that's
like,
true.
First of all, Swahili
that's offensive.
is a legit language. Okay.
Yeah, that was offensive. I was like, wait, you can't. What?
Exactly? If you're gonna say, hey, don't write it in legalese,
right?
Maybe, because
or gibberish.
Or you know what they say, pig Latin or something like that. But to say Swahili is like, what about people who read Swahili who would be able to understand? It? Like, okay, yeah, messed up, man.
Right.
I mean, are we that screwed up? I mean, I look at the average consumer, and when I seen Congress and the Senate, I'm thinking that we're a little more smarter than them right now.
Yeah.
Because they looking so dumb right now.
Oh,
they don't understand this at all.
That other senator, the woman that was like, oh, Mark, we need you to bring Fiverr over to our
vomit. I hated that woman. The woman from Virginia.
You're not here for that.
Bitch. Yes. Stop hitting him up for business. It was so rude. It was so rude. It's like you're at VidCon and you see people and you take a picture and you're like, oh my God, you have to have me on my channel. Like, she just came all up on him. Oh, we've got to talk about it later. Talk to me after. We've got to get, internet access to our constituents.
And he looked at her like, yeah, don't fuck me over and this will be fine.
Yeah, he's like, well, we've got a division that deals with that. Okay, great. Yeah, he's like, I'm passionate about bringing internet to people.
Came up there and not wasted everybody's 5 minutes. Like,
no, she's on that committee, so she has the right to do it. But it's annoying AF.
Yes.
Yeah. All right, so I think we didn't pound up Facebook, and I know we got a lot of news to cover today, and I think Facebook is. I don't know. I mean, I see what the purpose of him going down there to talk to the senators.
When the Senate says we'd like to have a chat, it's very hard to say no thanks.
Right, but I don't see. I didn't get the gist on what they did, and by now I know it was all political. It's midterm elections and stuff like that. So.
Yeah. It was who wags the finger the best.
Yeah, they did not do. I mean, some of them just wanted to scold him like he was a child.
Yeah.
And some of them had some actual questions that it looks like somebody tried to give them. And some of them just wanted to stand on their soapbox and yell.
So this is one of the things that I don't like to talk about on this channel, but it's Wine Wednesday, so everything is on the table.
Uh-oh, I'm going to pour more wine.
Yes, let's talk a little bit about politics, because this has been annoying me, right? I mean, we got Paul Ryan that came out, talked today about his political future, which he is, that's it. He drew up the hat and he's done. What the hell is going on at the White House? Because somebody please explain this to me like I'm a 2-year-old. That somebody got to explain this to me like a 2-year-old. Every time you turn on the news, every time you turn it on TV, it's all about this man tweeting about missiles and going to war and all kinds of stuff like that. Like, what the hell is going on? Please, somebody can explain this to me.
Which part? Where do you want to start? Because there's so much.
Well,
I mean, do
right
they
before
even
we
have
got on
anybody?
tonight,
Do they even have anybody working in the White House? Because I mean, man, they fired everybody.
That's a very good question. Who's left?
If they're not quitting.
It's a very good question. Yeah, some people bounced. Like Omarosa was out months and months ago. Yeah, a lot of people have definitely left.
He's like, but before I go, let me take these pictures.
I mean, do we have a stable government? Just listen to the senators and the congressmen. They don't have a clue of what's going on. I mean, what the hell is? I mean, we got Syria. We got the president tweet. I mean, he tweeting about the DOJ and oh my God, what?
Well, the DOJ's done lost their minds. The DOJ's gone a little off the rails, in my opinion. But yeah. We'll get there. We'll get to the DOJ. But the Twitter thing, I think he thinks that he is communicating directly to the people without the political bullshit. I think this is him fulfilling his campaign promises that I am not going to be your typical politician. That's what he told everybody. That's what he ran on. He's definitely fulfilled it. He's like, I'm not going to get in there and just play politics as usual. I'm going to do it my way. He is doing it his way. If we talk about China, he put the sanctions on China, and China actually said, okay, well, we will look at some of the way we treat intellectual property in China and tighten our regulations. So now they're guaranteeing a safer place for American industry to do business in China because they're going to protect American intellectual property rights, which is a first. They've reduced their tariffs of stuff coming out, and we've reduced ours. So in that one situation, he took a really hard line and tried to back down. So, I mean, there are some things that are paying off, and there are some things that are incredibly scary because this is not what we really expect from politicians, and the office of the president has forever shifted. I think we're going to look back, or our kids are going to look back, or our grandkids are going to look back and say, this is where we shifted. And then eventually we're going to have a WWE wrestler as the president. And democracy. But this is where it shifted, right? He was like, I'm not doing it the way you people want to do it. So fuck it. And the government's lashing back. I mean, I think Paul Ryan's a pussy, first of all. He's just like, stand up and do your job, man. Don't just quit because you think you're going to have a hard midterm election. Stand up and do your job. Like, be the person that was elected. Yeah, be the person that was elected, and he's not standing up and doing his job. And
he's doing us a favor.
I mean, part of his job, though, is to stand up for the party. I mean, he's the speaker.
So we need somebody who could speak for us.
He's not speaking for anybody. It's an interesting time in politics. It really is. But then it's an interesting time when we've got the DOJ and the FBI running around raiding, law offices.
They're just grasping at straws. That pissed me off.
It pissed me off too. Ace Lucera says we can all be dead by this weekend. Russia has the ICBMs than us. Russia has subs off our coast. Yeah, Russia's straight pissed at us. Didn't they kick all of the U.S. embassies out of the country? Like, weren't they like, get the fuck out? Like, just out.
Yeah. That's like you had a house party and then you're like, everybody get out.
Like, they literally packed everybody up and were like, get out of the country.
So what's the deal with this raid? I mean, they said a lot of people had to sign off on this. They said that you had Mueller, then you had Rosenstein, then you had a magistrate. I mean, you had things people had to sign. Just not one person.
No, lots of people would have had to sign off on the
sign off on it. So a lot of people had to know for sure that before you raid this lawyer's house and office and all that stuff, you had to have a lot of signatures. At hotel, they had to have a lot of signatures. If this wasn't Mueller, a lot of people blaming Mueller, but it was a lot of people that
it was a lot of people, but somebody had to start it, and that was probably Mueller. Somebody had to start this thing, but it looks like what they were looking for is stuff in connection with the Entertainment Tonight video. Haven't we gotten the fuck past that?
Like, no, it was on TV today.
Yeah. What are we really looking for? This is something that was said how many years ago? Like, when was that video from? This was before he was president, before he ran for president. So are we looking to see if the lawyer paid people off with connection to that video? Because obviously he didn't do it or do it well because the video came out. If he had paid somebody off, they would have spoken up before the election. I really think this is all just a bunch of bullshit. And it's something you start raiding attorneys' offices. We're getting into like Watergate type stuff, right? That's when you're raiding attorneys' offices. And I think everyone in the White House right now is on pins and needles to see if Trump's going to try to fire like everyone, like get rid of the DOJ and be like, I'm the DOJ, motherfuckers. Like that. I'm kind of scared that's going to happen, that he's just going to be like, screw it. I'm the DOJ. I'm the head of the FBI. Like, I'm all the things. I'm a little scared, but you can't just go raiding stuff. Like, I hope it all comes out down the road what the evidence is that led them to raid, to actually raid the attorney's office and all of his stuff, because it's once you're getting into somebody's personal attorney's office, that's some scary shit. Yeah. And the other clients of that attorney has to be afraid. Like, they have to be concerned.
But didn't Cohen went on CNN and gave an interview right after the raid, said everything was okay. Well, he said that it was very professional and this, that, and other. I mean,
right? Because he doesn't want to piss them off.
This is what it's like.
They got your shit.
Watching your mom and dad try to get dirt on each other before they get a divorce.
That's exactly what this is. That's exactly what it is.
And it's so annoying because the people that are suffering is us. Because we're watching this spectacle and nothing is getting done.
That's the problem. You seeing this spectacle all day on TV. I mean,
it's a three-ring circus.
You got people. It literally is. You got people in other countries like, man, what the F is going on in the United States, man?
And that's a concern. And that's a concern.
Yeah, what's going on in the United States? I mean, we got terrorists going on. We got Syria that dropped all kinds of stuff on their own people. I mean, it's insane right now.
I have a question for you guys, actually.
Yeah.
So have you guys heard about anything new that has happened since we last spoke last Wednesday about the YouTube shooting?
I have not looked at it at
It's kind of went away a little bit.
Yeah, I hadn't seen anything.
Zuckerberg Congress.
Yeah,
that's it.
That's how it's like. One tragedy happens, and then the next week we're on to the next. That's really, I'm going to be honest and candid to say, I don't know what the hell's going on either. And Kimmy and I, we were talking about it before we actually came on the stream. And Kimmy's like, I don't even know if that person that was in critical condition is even still in critical condition. You know? And the reason why we didn't look into it is because a part of us is not in front of us. They're not putting out this information in front of us. So we're not going to look, or we're not going to pay attention.
Go look for the date.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So, I mean, I know we try to stay away from politics and all that stuff, but this one Wednesday, everything is on the table. Now, somebody had a question for me, Catwoman? What was that question? I think somebody.
I saw it too.
Somebody had a question for me.
Yes, Derek. Yes. Let me go up there. Oh, he wanted to know when you were gonna do a comparison video on 2 devices. Let me go. I'm so sorry.
He wanted to Apple Watch and S3.
Question,
but he didn't have the S3.
He wants to know. I have one. When are you comparing the S3 to the Apple Watch?
The S3. So wait, what two?
The Gear S3.
Wait, I got the Gear S. I got the Gear S2, right? Wait, I don't know which one.
You're gonna do the Gear.
I think I got the Gear S. I don't know which one I have.
Eric is waiting on the 4 to come out so he can compare the 4 to the Apple Watch. Ain't that right?
Well, that means that I would have to compare it to Apple Watch 4 to the Gear S4. I don't know which watch I've been reviewing.
Because the S3 is over a year old.
Oh, right. Yeah. So you can't review the S3 right now. So I don't know what I have. I can't see the watch from here. I had to go back and look at my video. Listen, guys, my apologies. I review a lot of stuff. And unfortunately, I don't remember what watch I use to my life. I've been using the Apple Watch for over a month. The Gear S2 or 3 that I've been reviewing, I am done with that watch, and I got it sitting on the side. So I'm not sure. I don't know.
Derek also said he had divorce questions. So Derek,
yeah, he did.
Divorce is something I cover a lot with my clients. Here's what I'll tell you. Anything that you say or do can be used against you, especially because you're a man. That's not fair. It's just the way life is. Keep every email, screenshot text messages, keep everything as civil as humanly possible. Know where your money is. Change all your passwords. Change all your passwords.
Look what Uno I said. They're trying to find financial records linking Trump to get subpoenas and able to see Trump taxes, which I guess he had never showed, to prove collusion. I guess that's against Russia. They moved to impeachment for criminal charges. You think that's what they're looking for? I thought it was all about Stormy Daniels.
Yeah.
I mean, they were on about Stormy Daniels, and I think this is part of it. But once again, Stormy Daniels is none of anybody's fucking business. Here's why. It was sex between consenting adults. It happened before the election. She signed an NDA. She had a settlement out of court. We all know how this goes, right? I ranted about this on Instagram. Kobe Bryant had settlements out of court when he raped that girl in Colorado, and then he bought his wife like a $1.5 million ring, and everybody went on with their lives, and we're like, oh, we still love Kobe, you know? I mean, and that was a non-consensual encounter. So we're talking about consenting adults. Yeah. Do I think, you know, Trump should be having sex with all of the people when his wife is pregnant or has just given birth? No, it's disgusting. First of all, sex with Trump people. Come on now. Come on now. But we've also got to say that the porn star, stripper, whatever she is that's having sex with Trump, come on, folks. She's not after it because it's hot. All right. What is this woman? What is this woman also after? Like, let's be fair when we talk about the fact that men are under attack in our country right now. Let's be fair about that. Yes, Me Too is valid. Yes, talking about men using positions of power to make unwanted sexual advances is valid. But we have to talk about the other side of that conversation when we will say that women will use the puss to gain power and money. Okay? Do we disagree that happens? Am I wrong?
All the time. Yeah.
Am I wrong? Nobody's fucking Trump because he's hot. They were banging him because he was rich.
It was his charming personality.
She said it wasn't that good. She said it wasn't that good.
I'm sure it's not that good. He doesn't have to try to be good. He doesn't have to try to be good at all. He doesn't have to please anybody. He's like, I got a wallet. I got a TV show. He doesn't have to please anybody. You find a dude who is struggling. He's going to try to make you happy. Trump is not going to try to make you happy. He is not going to try to please you. None of them were using
protection with him. Not one.
No, oh,
everybody
disgusting.
who did an interview. It's just
disgusting because they were hoping to get knocked up because they wanted that money.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which is disgusting, but I'm not going to say it doesn't happen because it does happen. So Dexter Cumberbatch is saying the issue with Daniels is whether the campaign finance laws were possibly violated. Yes, that is the only angle they have. But we all know Trump has enough money to work outside of the campaign finance laws.
Yeah. Not only that, but that's the thing. They're grasping at straws because they did a raid last year too and nothing came of it.
Right. Can we talk about was there this much investigation into Clinton raping women? Nope.
Yeah.
Like just nope. Just nope. And I get that Trump is a distasteful character. I get that we don't all agree with him. I get it. But there are areas of this where he is just getting treated differently than other politicians have.
Wait a minute. Gary Brown is back.
He's giving us some hard-hitting questions.
Welcome back, Gary.
I can't answer that one, Gary. I wouldn't know at all.
Dexter Cumberbatch is saying, what lawyer pays $130,000 out of pocket for a client? No lawyer should, Dexter, but isn't that an issue for the bar? Like, isn't that an issue for the bar? I mean, and if they're going after the lawyer, fine, but I really think they're trying to go after.
Yeah, definitely.
It's just, they are, but
admit that the lawyer is done. I mean, Cohen is done, right?
Yeah.
If you can all admit that. I mean, once he paid that $130,000 for hush money, I mean, there's so many things that happen right there. That
would you want to be his client? No. But there's a lawyer. Okay, so there's a lawyer I worked with in LA, and I'm not going to say his name, but there's a lawyer I worked with in LA. He's been suspended from the state bar. He's under investigation, but he was working on the Suge Knight case and was on the phone with Suge talking about how they were going to pay off witnesses in a criminal case, right? I mean, there are things that lawyers shouldn't be doing, and we can all agree to that. But that's some of that, if Trump doesn't know about it, some of that's on the lawyer, not on Trump.
Yeah.
So some of that's on the lawyer.
It's kind of like watching an episode of Better Call Saul.
I feel like we're watching House of Cards.
Yeah, towards the end where he's not doing such a good job.
Big House Production is saying, remember, he likes to get spanked with a magazine with his face on it.
Love myself, man. I wish I loved myself that much.
And Nice is saying they're trying to see Trump's taxes. I get it.
Yeah, exactly. There's so many things that they're trying to pull. That's why I keep saying they're grasping at straws. They're just trying to find anything. But unfortunately, that lets other things slip under the rug because they're trying so hard.
And we have bigger issues.
Yeah.
We have bigger issues than Trump's taxes. Ace Lucera is saying Trump will get reelected in 2020. If the government keeps doing this, Trump will probably get reelected in 2020 because now his supporters are like us against them, like us against the government. Yeah. See, this is what the government's doing to the little guy. So it's going to be this us against him.
An underdog.
But you think Trump will want to be there for 4 more years after going through this?
Yeah, he kind of loves it, right?
He loves this. Yeah, this is his thing.
He'll walk in the White House, it's empty.
Trump is walking around like,
oh my.
Me.
I mean, maybe we might have a reality show after 2020. Trump's just walking around going, "You're fired. You're fired. You're fired. You're fired." Like it's all he knows how to do anyway. It's like The Apprentice up in there. It's just like The Apprentice. Like every week somebody gets fired. Like they have tasks. It's like, go fight with the DOJ. Oh, you didn't do a good enough job. You're fired. Go stop the FBI from raiding shit. You didn't do a good enough job. You're fired. Hey, go stop this immigrant herd that's coming up from, where are they coming from? They're apparently
from Mexico, but they were coming from Honduras.
They were coming from Honduras. Like, go stop the herd that's coming from Honduras. Oh, you didn't do a good job. You're fired. Like,
yo, they fucking tried it. I saw that. I was like, yo, you guys have some cojones. Like legit, y'all coming in buses now?
Yep. They're just like, screw it. I mean, I live in California where we've got lawsuits galore. The federal government's suing California. California's suing the federal government. There's counties in California that refuse to enact some of the state regulations regarding California being a sanctuary state. Like, it is a hot mess of law, but nobody's talking about that. Dexter Cumberbatch, Trump is running out of lawyers. He might hire Emily next. No, Dexter. The way it's happening now is people are just getting tapped on the shoulder if they're eligible to practice in DC, and it's like, you have to go. Like, everybody has to do a week. Like, you have to go. So I think if I had to appear in court in DC, I'd be afraid. Yep. I think people are just getting like tapped in. It's like, you're next. So I don't know how Trump's going to find more.
It's like when you start a new job and they throw you to the wolves. Yeah. Basically like that.
They're going down a list. I'm on next.
I am not qualified to be a White House lawyer. I very much love what I do, working with people who work on the internet, and that is where I will stay.
Emily, there's going to be a draft.
Oh, fuck no. We can't draft lawyers to work. We can't draft lawyers. I'm not eligible to practice in DC. And I never will. I'm not eligible. It's really going to cut into my Pokemon Go time. Can we talk about Pokemon Go for a minute?
Yeah, go ahead.
Can we talk about Pokemon Go for a minute? I got Mew. I got Mewtwo. We have all kinds of new events going on. So if you guys have been out of Pokemon Go for a while and are interested in getting back in, now is the time, because there is a great Gen 1 event going on, and just random stuff is spawning all over the place, and it's a lot of fun. So if you've taken a pause on Pokemon Go, jump back in. It's so much fun right now. Anyway, that's where tech's going right, man. AR Plus for Pokemon Go is what's everything that's right with the iPhone 10. And I have seen, so I run a Pokemon Go Facebook group. We have over 1,000 people in it. And we're local, like we're a really small regional Pokemon Facebook group. But I've seen so many people go out and buy newer iPhones because they want the AR Plus. So the AR Plus is only available on newer phones. And I've had a number of people go, oh my God, I've seen that AR Plus. I have to go get that on my phone.
What's different than the regular?
So AR Plus in Pokemon Go adds a new dimension to the game where you can scan the area for Pokemon and then they pop up, and it's gorgeous. Like
and can you walk to it?
You see them, but you have to kind of hide from them, and it's a much more interactive dynamic with you and the Pokemon, and then they're scaled. So some Pokemon, you're standing there trying to catch them, and you're like this. Pokemon.
That's the best way to catch Pokemon on AR.
Yeah, it's so much fun. So AR Plus has been really beautiful. And I've seen it move iPhones because people are like, no, man, all my friends are playing with AR Plus and I want to play with AR Plus too. And then with Mew, because Mew, Pokemon nerd stuff, but Mew can camouflage and be invisible. So they updated the AR Plus so you could catch invisible Mew. Oh, so gorgeous. So it's so cool. So AR has been a lot of fun. And I've really seen it move a number of iPhones, because the people with older iPhones were like, I have to get an iPhone. And then the teenagers who we play with, because there's a few that still hang with the old people, the teenagers we play with are like, I'm so bummed I don't have a new phone. Like, I can't just go buy one. I want a new phone, because they've made it so fun. So I'm really looking forward to what comes with AR Plus in the newer iPhone update coming, September? I mean, we're halfway there. We're at the time of the year when it comes to Apple products that it's like we're at the lull before the Worldwide Developers Conference when they talk about the new iOS, and we're all just like, well, if you haven't updated your phone now, like they just released the iPhone 8 in red. It's like, hey, don't forget the iPhone 8's here. It's great. Buy it in red. And all the YouTubers go out and buy it in red and then return it in 3 days.
But we're still on Apple news. I know this is kind of old, but I wanted to bring it up. I am loving the disability emojis. Yes. Because they are creating the most awesomest memes. Who's with me on that one?
The disability emoji?
I don't know what you're talking about with the memes, but I love all the new emojis.
Yes. So there was somebody who did a meme that said girls after they find their boyfriend cheating, and it's the blind emoji. Like I'm loving those. I'm like, oh man, those needs to come over to Android. I want some disability emojis.
Let me tell you something. I seen that red iPhone, and I'm gonna tell you, I got this black one here, but just that one, that glossy black,
the piano.
And I will tell you one thing: that red one look hot. I want that red iPhone. That red iPhone looks good. That red iPhone looks good. Don't get me wrong. I tell you, I love my iPhone 10, but when I saw that red iPhone 8 Plus, woo, that looked way better than the last model.
They released
if they
it
had the
right
10
at
in
the low.
red, would you get it? If they had the 10 in red.
Oh yeah, I get it at 10. Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
They release it right during the lull, where most people are like, I'll just wait till the new one comes out, right? We're getting towards that time of the year where it's like a new one's coming in September, man. I can't, unless you like smash your phone. You're not going out and buying a new phone right now. You're just, why would you? So
hey, Sean, let's give a shout out to Sean here. He said, as a double amputee, I love it. Hey, listen, all our prayers go out to you. I didn't know, but welcome to the show, and I know you here all the time.
Sean's here all the time.
So yeah. So yeah, the red iPhone 8.
But now Sean's messing with us. Sean sucks.
But
I said if Sean's messing with us, Sean sucks.
Oh,
I don't think Sean's messing with us.
I think Sean.
But no, I don't think so either.
But that red looks good.
The red does look good. But once all the YouTubers who are buying it are buying it, returning it. So my husband has an iPhone with the red case, and I just got like this new peach case, and I needed a pop socket because I kept dropping my phone on my face last night. Shout out to my friend Sean Cannell. I'm using his Think Media pop socket, but now my phone looks red. I mean, so I've got a red phone.
That's cute.
That's cute.
I don't need to buy it because I'm gonna
Think Media.
I'm gonna put a case on it. Yeah, Sean and I became friends this year. It's been awesome. I dig Sean. Good.
He seems like a cool dude.
He's a cool dude. A little ADD at times when we're chatting, and he's like,
I want what he's drinking. He looks like he's always having a good time.
Sean drinks. Sean and I were at Social Media Marketing Impact Academy and Social Media Marketing World together, and I got to hang out with his lovely wife Sonia. Shout out to Sonia Cannell, who's amazing. So pretty. She is behind the scenes doing like the heavy lifting. But Sean's one of those big YouTubers. He also has help shooting. So he's got primary shooters when he's out at events like this. So he's not shooting all of his stuff. He's got people helping on the back end. He's a great YouTuber. He knows a lot, but it's not a one-man show. And he's really open about that. But he is very fun, but he drinks in the morning. He's got like water and like green juice and bulletproof coffee and like all this stuff. And I'm like, what are you doing? He's like, these are my things. Like the man is healthy AF, but he's got all the stuff and he's like out running. I'm like, I don't have time for this. Like I'll play Pokemon. I'm going to work till 2 in the morning. I'm going to not get enough sleep. I'm going to have, snacks. But yes, he lives by that green juice. I'm telling you, it's probably on his YouTube channel. I bet he talks about the green juice somewhere. But Sean just recently jumped off of Snapchat because Snapchat like throttled your discoverability. So Snapchat changed their algorithm too, which we don't talk about because I don't use Snapchat, but Snapchat also changed their algorithm. And so a lot of the moderately sized Snapchatters all got hosed. And so they're all jumping over to Instagram now. So now Snapchat is losing people to Instagram, which is owned by Facebook.
But that's Kimmy talking about the P20.
Bro, let's go.
Tell me about that Huawei.
I've been blowing up your text box with it, right?
Yeah. I love all the videos.
I am in love with this phone. I am telling you, it's my next phone. I have cases for the phone and don't have the phone yet.
Are you gonna pay for it?
No.
Well, it's about 12. It's about 1,200 imported, right?
No. eBay right now, 8 something.
But can you put it on U.S. carriers? That's the thing.
T-Mobile and AT&T.
Okay, so
DMA.
Well, the reason why I never jumped on the P20 is because with all the crap that's going on with Huawei, I got an email from Huawei saying that they're going to support the Mate 10 and support current Huawei devices, but the P20 was not a United States type of device. So I mean, that was basically what they told me in the email. So when they say that makes me think that since they're not going to.
No, I've been reading articles. It's supposed to.
Okay.
It has the different.
Because every YouTuber that I've seen with the P20 never said anything about it's working on AT&T, it's working on T-Mobile. I never saw a video yet that showed me that it got LTE at the top of the thing. I mean, all the people that make videos, most of the people that's making videos about the P20 is overseas.
This is why
but I got
when
I got my Mate 10, when I got my regular Mate 10, I never saw a YouTuber say that it worked on LTE either, but my Mate 10 works on LTE.
Girl, get a YouTube channel.
Yes, get a YouTube channel.
Just YouTube Huawei.
Yeah,
that's it.
Because you got me interested in it.
I was Huawei.
Yeah, I was looking at Matthew Moniz. He did a video with the Pixel 2 XL versus the P20 Pro, and the Pixel did better in daylight, but the P20 Pro did better in low light. And then when it came to the P20,
like the stabilization on the video sucks.
Yeah, the P20, not the Pro, the P20. He did the P20 against the S9 Plus, and the P20 did better on everything: low light, daylight, every light. So
every light. No. The question was that I've been seeing a couple of YouTubers do this, saying that 1080p 30 frames per second is good.
Yeah.
1080p 60, but when they get to 4K, it's done.
Right. Yeah, the stabilization.
No stabilization. Right. So that's kind of want to be expected that when it comes down to the cameras, that once you get it to the 4K, then it's a no-go on that. But I mean, hey, look at Samsung. I mean, 1080p 60 frames per second. Finally, the gods have spoke. They fixed it on the S9.
But it's only 5 minutes.
I mean, it took 9 generations, right?
Yo, the Note 9 better bring it. It needs to be barated.
Well, I made my wish list. Shouts out to everybody that saw my wish list video. So yeah, I did my wish list, and look, I said this in the video. I like the S9. Like the S9 to me, it should have been with the Note 8. Should have been with the fingerprint scanner. The processor, the 6 gigs of RAM, the software. I mean, everything is like when it comes down to software, it's perfect on the S9. Right,
I did a test on it this weekend.
The camera's great.
On the camera.
And the fingerprint scanner. Now a lot of people complaining that it's too small. So at least they put it in the right spot.
Yeah.
On the Note, only thing they go, let's be honest, only thing they're gonna do with the Galaxy Note is take the S9 body style and make a bigger screen and just port it over and put a slot for the S Pen, and they're gonna just throw the software on there. That's pretty much it.
Mm-hmm.
It ain't nothing else.
The test that I did this weekend with Mr. Catwoman, I call it the boom boom proof test. Because sometimes you just want to cuddle.
They got dongles involved.
Daytime, but the kids are awake. You got to turn on that music, right? So we use the Dolby Atmos, and I must say it is boom boom proof. Yes,
boom boom proof.
Yes, I needed some Rihanna in that time, and Rihanna was there, just carrying me throughout the whole time. Love that.
Break out the dongles. It's boom boom time.
Break out the dongles. Do we get to name the episode? Can we just name it Break Out the Dongles? It's boom boom time.
I love
it. Change it from Wednesday Live. Break out the dongles. It's boom boom time.
It's boom boom time.
That is everything I wanted to know about Mr. and Mrs. Catwoman.
Demonetized, Eric?
Huh?
Did last week's video get demonetized?
No, they didn't even touch it. I'm good. Yeah, that's so crazy. And so they didn't even demonetize it or remonetize. They didn't even touch it. I'm like, yeah, I had to fight YouTube.
That's awesome.
YouTube likes it when Emily rants.
Yeah,
I'm shocked too.
We love it when you rant.
Yes.
Nobody say 18.
Like Garrett said.
Don't make me start.
In a bathroom, don't be loud, Catwoman.
Oh, that's Gary. He said,
yes, Gary.
In the bathroom and don't be loud, Catwoman. I know, but it's not fun.
Sean wants to know if there's a lava lamp involved when it's boom boom time.
I like the darkness. I am nocturnal. But
Catwoman likes the dark. I also like the dark.
Yeah.
I feel you, Catwoman. Though we have red rooms, so all our rooms go red at night. Because it's better.
Oh, red light special.
We got red light special all up at our house. But the best boom boom time ever. We do Disney cruises. It's one of my favorite vacations ever, and I'm jonesing to plan another one. But the kids love going to Kids Club, and they go to Kids Club, and you have the whole place to yourself. It's amazing. It's amazing.
How are the walls though?
They're not bad.
Yeah.
My parents were staying next door to us last trip, and my mother didn't say anything, which she would have. So the walls were good, but most, kids are at Kids Club.
I like how you that she would have.
It's boom boom time.
Oh, she would have commented on the boom boom time if she had heard it. Yes, a couple of hue lights are absolutely for the win.
Exactly.
The hue lights are literally one of my favorite things ever.
Yeah. I'm actually working with somebody right now that's about to send me some hue lights. So
who are you now?
Oh,
I know
hue lights are a win. And you can set timers. So I set timers because I will get sucked into work or gaming and forget to go to bed. And so my hue lights all turn off at 11:15. So my whole house just goes pitch black, and I'm like, shit, it's time for bed. It's a very good visual reminder. But you can set them on if this then that to do all kinds of stuff. They'll flash colors if your favorite team wins. They'll turn colors if it's gonna rain. Your hue lights can do just about anything. And then there's apps that will let you set your hue lights with music for holidays. So we do them for Halloween, and it gets, these lightning crackles and the lights are going. It's so cool. I love everything you can do with the hue lights. I love it so much. So when you get them, and you're ready to play with the hue lights, you've got to play with some of those apps that also set them for like Halloween and Christmas and stuff. It's so much fun.
That's gonna be awesome. I can't wait.
Oh, kids don't come up to my house. Like, we put the speaker outside and we've got the hue lights flashing out on the front porch and then in the house, and we leave our door a little open. Kids don't come up to the house. Like, little kids are scared because the sound of the light it's so cool. But they're like, I love that.
What are they doing in there?
Tutor Link said, I have Bluetooth speakers in my light bulbs. What?
That's so cool.
You have speakers in your light bulbs?
Tell me more. Tell me more.
Like, I need to know about that. How's the sound? And is that how the NSA is listening to you?
Oh,
because I imagine
got a mic, right? Oh, but it needs a mic so you can tell it what to do.
Sorry, it's snack time over here.
It's okay. I'm eating ice. I finished the whole damn bottle.
I got cashews.
Look, what you was drinking?
Catwoman does not drink often, so this is. There's definitely some boom boom time happening this evening.
No.
Oh boy,
Mr.
She killed that bottle.
Hey, did you say Mr. Catwoman's not? Mr. Catwoman's away?
Yeah, it's not here.
Oh, it's some Cam boom boom time going on here.
It's dongle time.
Break out the dongles.
Dongle time. Can I rant about something else for a minute? I've been wanting to get this off my chest. I haven't gotten to talk to anybody about it. Has anybody seen Ready Player One?
No, not yet.
No, you said you were going to see it though. How was it?
I went to go see it. Okay, here, I got to preface it. I love this book so much. I've listened to it on Audible probably 5 or 6 times. The book is captivating. It's rich. It's amazing. The movie destroyed my fucking book. It is not the book.
Really?
Oh, it's not the book.
Oh.
It's not the book at all. It changes everything about the book. It's not the book. It is. My husband loved it. He's like, that's fascinating. I'm like, that's not the fucking book. I sat through the whole movie going, no, nope, nah, no. Stop it.
You know what movie did that to me? Lovely Bones. I don't know if you read that. But
I didn't.
When I saw the movie, compared to the book, it was 2 different things. And it pissed me off.
Yeah.
It hurt my heart.
Percy Jackson. The Percy Jackson movie. They were really, and I told him, I was like, well, I got you all 5 books of Wrinkle in Time. You probably shouldn't watch this movie then.
But you see, you get movies like Harry Potter, and Harry Potter made some plot concessions to move the story along, but its essence, it was the same. Like it wasn't fundamentally changed, even though there were some subplot lines that got left out and some things that got hurried along. This was a completely different story. Like
King Harry and Hermione.
It was a completely different story, and I was so bummed because they took out all of what I loved about the book. They changed all of the little like the little competitions that you had to do to find the egg. They took out all of the glorious 80s trivia. At the end of the book, spoilers for anybody, but at the end of the book, they had to play through scenes from Monty Python and the Holy Grail, which I love because I am a nerd and I love Monty Python and the Holy Grail. I love it so much. Yeah. They took all of it out. I was like, where is Monty Python? What the fuck? If Steven Spielberg can't get copyrights to use some of these things in a movie, like the book opens with a video that's playing Oingo Boingo's Dead Man's Party in the background.
Uh-oh.
There's no Oingo Boingo. I'm like, what the integral things? So mad.
You have to say it again.
Oh, I died.
Yeah. Died again.
I have AT&T's mad at me, but I have great internet tonight. I don't know what's happening. They just let some of the integral pop culture in that book got left out of the movie, and I was heartbroken. Aww. So I came home pissed off. But my husband and I had a lovely dinner before we went to the movie, and I got to eat Milk Duds, and that made it kind of okay. But I was pissed off the entire time. So I need to find something else to watch to get the taste out of my mouth, and it's probably going to be the new Avengers movie that's coming out in at the end of the month. So we've been catching up on all of our Marvel at our house so that we are ready to deal with Thanos and the Infinity Stones and the Guardians of the Galaxy and the Avengers all in one movie.
I know, this is gonna be awesome. I can't wait.
I'm so excited.
We're gonna be the bomb.com.
I'm pretty excited about that.
The only movie that I saw after reading the book was 50 Shades of Grey, but I didn't read the whole first book. I read the first half.
Those books are painful to fucking get through. They're so
I was gonna say, I feel like I was the only person who didn't read those books, but I read the movies. So
I read all of those books.
I only got through almost half of it, and then I said to a friend, "Just tell me what happened." And they just told me. And then I went to go see the movie, and then I was like, "Oh, they missed out some parts," but yeah, that was a good thing they did that. I think that was the only movie I was like, "Yeah, they should have did that. That was good."
Oh, so
I'm weird. Go ahead.
Go
ahead, Kimmy.
No, I was just gonna say I'm just weird because that series I didn't read just because normal readers didn't read. People who don't normally read those books just because they knew what it was about.
I read those books. I read those books.
Nobody's reading.
I read those.
You're
books.
A reader, though.
I read all those books. They weren't super hot. They were super poorly written. There are if you want to read erotic books, there are better erotic books to read for sure. But the books weren't all that creative or good. But we've got to remember the origins of 50 Shades of Grey is Twilight fan fiction.
Yeah.
Like these were originally Twilight fan fiction, which is why I read them, because I fucking loved Twilight.
Oh, okay.
I had never read Twilight, but I used to read fan fiction. And when I read, so the way that I got told about this book, I didn't even know what the book was about. So it was actually my psychic at the time who was like, "You should read this book." I'm not gonna.
Wait, we need to get more into that in a second.
And then I was like, "Okay, sure. I trust you. I'll read it." And so I was weird. I was like, "Wait, he did what? Wait, he did what?" And then when I started to realize what this book was about, I was like, "Okay, all right, I can get into this." And then halfway through, I'm like, "You're not doing it for me. I've read stronger fan fiction than this." And then I just put it down.
Well, they had to take out all the fan fiction parts before they could sell it because they didn't have the rights to the characters, right? So lawyers ruin everything, including Twilight fan fiction. But I read all the books and I hated them. I really firmly believe, and a couple of my friends and I talked about this, that the 50 Shades of Grey movie should not have been mated. Jesus, wine should not have been made a theater production. It should have been porn. Like you should have just made
oh my god,
so special, like 50 Shades porn. Like, why are you making this a legit movie? We want to see the porn version. Like nobody wants to see like the Jamie Dorian not real version. We want to see the porn version. So I'm sure there's one out there. I haven't really looked very hard, but we need like the legit HBO version or Cinemax version. The Cinemax version of 50 Shades of Grey is what we need.
Yeah.
Like softcore lady friendly porn.
Yeah, if Christian Grey wasn't rich, he wouldn't have gotten away with half of the shit he was doing.
No, if he wasn't rich, he would be in jail for being fucking abusive.
Hell yeah.
He'd be in jail for domestic violence is what he would be.
Mm-hmm.
And gentlemen, like this book, gentlemen, do not think this is what women want.
No. Mm-mm.
No.
Hell no.
Unless you are as rich as Christian Grey. No one wants.
And then you have to get an NDA. That's what he did before.
Then you have to get an NDA like he did.
It comes full circle.
It's basically Trump's life. 50 Shades. Trump and Stormy Daniels. Same. I mean, you know.
Yeah,
I think I've said pussy more times this show than I have any other Wine Wednesday. God. Total Tech says Pornhub is my friend. Total Tech, we covered Pornhub.
Yeah, you missed it
last week.
Yeah, I should have been here last week. Or you could just go watch it replay.
Yep.
I actually showed it. Remember, I actually showed it. Y'all say, "Oh, you gonna get demonetized?" I'm like, "Yes, this is porn," and it's actually naked people on there. I was like, "Oh," shit. And with the first thing everybody said, "Oh, you just got demonetized."
No, we didn't.
No, there weren't any naked women on there.
So wait, I want to talk about Catwoman Psychic, but B, somebody was talking about PewDiePie earlier.
PewDiePie.
Yeah,
Can we get back to that?
Somebody got shouted out on PewDiePie. Was that you, Eric?
Eric?
Wait. I think
yeah,
I
it
got
was.
what?
Simej said, "Loved you on PewDiePie. I can't believe he put you on his video. You deserve it." And then peace sign. I don't know who he was talking about because nobody followed up on it.
Nobody followed up on it because I was ranting about the U.S. Congress.
Yeah.
So Simej, if you want to tell us who was on PewDiePie, let us know.
Yeah, let us know. Let us know who was on PewDiePie. I don't know if it was me. I think more people would have kind of let me know. Nobody tell. Usually when somebody shoot me out or shot me out, how they call on something. I always somebody
Eric,
tell
you
me
pop on everybody's stuff. It's like you be watching the video and then Eric just pops up. It's like it's random.
Get your popcorn ready.
I know. I hear it. A lot of YouTubers say that. They say, "We gonna say the Eric thing. Get your popcorn ready." I said, there it is. That's it. The tech preacher in the building.
Tech preacher in the building.
Yes.
And then Tech Woman. I want to hear more about your Tech Woman, Catwoman line.
Your psychic.
I want to hear more about your psychic, girl. I love that shit. I love it so much.
Yeah, I used to see a psychic regularly back when I lived in Massachusetts. I would see one once a month or sometimes twice a month, depending on how crazy things were. She was kind of like my therapist. I liked her. She was awesome. She steered me in a lot of good directions and helped me with avoiding a lot of missteps.
I mean, for less than you're going to pay to go to therapy. To have somebody who can actually
therapy now.
Right. To have somebody who can actually kind of tap in to spirit and be like, "Hey, we got you."
Yeah.
Maybe not that.
And she had a good memory too.
Hey, I
think you kind of have to have a good memory when you're a psychic, because how else are you gonna like tell? Yep. Yeah, she had a great memory. Like there was like things I had told her like months before, and she's like, "Remember that thing that you said about this one that's showing up right now?" I'm like, "Oh my god!"
I love that.
Awesome. It's really good.
We had a pet communicator work with us and our cat because my cat and I were having some issues, and it is the best money I have ever spent.
Was it called Reiki?
We didn't do Reiki with my cat. Well, we did do Reiki with my cat after that, but we had a pet communicator who communicates with pets come in and have basically a therapy session between me and my cat, because I cannot speak cat. And my cat was trying to speak Emily by peeing all over my house when we moved. And my cat was pissed that we had moved and not consulted her about it, and not talked to her more about it. And anyway, it was some of the best money I've ever spent on my animal communicator. It was amazing. She also helps find missing animals. So so she'll help find where lost pets are and what have you. But it was the best money I've ever spent. I need a psychic. Yeah.
And okay, so what I liked about her is that she allowed me to record each session.
Oh, I like that. So you can revisit.
Yes. So I would pull out my little Samsung Galaxy Relay. And I would
say relay.
She said, "This, oh my God, it's coming true. Ooh, hold on. Where I got?" And I still have them. Actually, I still have all this stuff.
So
and
Gary Brown is saying, don't call a psychic, call Tyrone. Gary,
no, Tyrone's gonna really steal my money. Like what happened over at Howard. Nothing. There hasn't been any update about that either, right? Like they're still going through those procedures, right?
You talking about the dude that took the money?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I hadn't heard any updates on that.
Yeah. Maybe she was recording it too. And I didn't know. And then she would go back and take notes. Who knows?
You know,
You should have seen a psychic.
I'm glad I'm married. The reason why is because there's some scandalous stuff going on, right? You think about it. I mean, women record men. I be seeing people pop up stuff on Instagram about, I had your man last night. Here go his picture. Here go the video. Here go the video. I'm like, ooh.
Oh, we can't hear you, Emily.
Hey, oh, you back.
Are you?
Yeah.
Oh, Eric, the NSA is not liking what you're saying. Can you say it again? But I think you're talking about Khloe Kardashian, right? With everybody saying, I had your man last night.
Oh, wow.
Is that cold? Was that cold? I didn't mean to be cold.
No,
Khloe, I love you.
about it.
Khloe, I love you. But yeah, there's videos all over of her man making out with everybody.
Eric, I have to verify. Yes, it sucks to date at an older age. That's me. I think I'm the only one on the stream that's not married. So
Girl, no, I don't know if it's the age. I think it's the time we live in. Like it sucks to date with technology, right?
Yeah.
So apparently there's an app where you can find people by location without knowing their details until you meet up.
Oh hell no.
Like it's more of a booty call app. Like I don't know how to date.
Why do they need to take that element out of it? Because there's already an app called Scout that does that.
An app called what? Scout.
Where it tells you the people that are around you, and then you just have a conversation with them, and then they call it the friendship app, but ain't nobody uses fucking friendship. They use booty calls, so they find out like who's close to you. It's like, oh, this person's like 6 miles from you. This person's like half a mile from you, whatever. And
you even know them?
Huh? No,
you don't even know them.
No, they just say who's in your area, but they'll say it by miles. They won't give the actual address. It's not going to shows up in a map or something, but it just gives you like how far they are away from you. And then you just have a conversation with them because they have like a little profile. They get a chance to say a little blurb here or there, but a lot of people are like, especially guys who don't have cars. They're like, I could probably bike to this person's house.
I mean, the amount of like casual hookup apps and swiping this way and that. I mean, I guess I'm lucky. My husband and I met in 1998. So we didn't have cell phones. Like you had to call me when I said call me, and you had to call me at my parents' house, which was mortifying. And because fun fact, my husband and I are 11 years apart in age. And when we met, I was 19. So I was 19 and he was 30. And that did not go over well with my parents. Gary Brown said, just go to church and Starbucks. Well, yes. Yes.
Gary, look, Gary. I'm a preacher's kid. We mentioned this last week.
Yes, you did.
I go to church. I go to Starbucks because I love Starbucks. So, hey.
I mean, it's just, I feel like it's harder and harder to meet people the more and more we're on our phone, right? You're not just, I mean, and as you get older, you're not just like out at house parties talking with people, because if there's house parties, they're married people. And if you meet people through your kids, they're also probably married people. But I don't know. My friends have had some good luck on apps, but I can't imagine what that's like.
But Kimmy, I can tell you that we got 26 people, 30 people here on the stream, and it's all men, maybe about 3 or 4 ladies here. I bet you they all give a thumbs up to any man that want to date you that's on this stream. I bet you any man on this stream, thumbs up to the stream. If you
yeah. I'm sure they want to date Kimmy. Kimmy doesn't want to date them. Sorry.
He is channeling his inner Steve Harvey right now.
He's pimping me out, right?
He's totally
pimping me out.
He's that wasn't even low key, girl.
Yeah, he's like, here she is, ladies and gentlemen.
Like, Super Chat gets a date with Kimmy.
Yeah, that's right. Super Chat gets a date with Kimmy. This is what I'm y'all.
See, this is what happens.
Somebody go do it.
The
Right.
stream.
Yeah, I know. This somebody go do it.
Oh, that is
Oh, man.
cold.
There you go.
Sleazy
Sleazy
E.
E. Sleazy E.
Easy E. Woo. The dating game show.
Dexter Cumberbatch is bringing back memories.
Okay, if you guys want to date with Kimmy, this is the phone number you're gonna call. You're gonna call in, and then
Stop it! Look at Kimmy's face. She's like, hell no. Stop it. But she's really active on Google Plus.
Ready for the calls?
Oh, where'd Emily go?
Where Emily? She got a little excited to hit the end button.
Pamela said
hit
she met her husband on MySpace and they've been married for 10 years.
Oh.
That's so nice.
And she's drinking corn liquor.
Oh, word. I didn't even know there was such a thing.
Yeah.
Damn, that sounds fancy.
You never had corn liquor?
No. Is it like a juice?
No.
Sweet?
Not
Oh,
Not at all.
okay.
My browser straight kicked me out.
Safari was like, "Y fuera."
Oh.
Yeah, exactly. That's
Welcome
exactly
back.
what happened. The NSA is like, nope. Kimmy, the NSA's got your back, girl.
They totally booted you out. Like,
Booted
you're
me
out
the
of here.
fuck out. Ace Lucero, you don't get answers to questions like that without super chat, Ace.
Yeah, exactly. You got a super chat.
Sorry, friend. That's a super chat question right there.
Hey, MySpace. Those were the days. MySpace
Mhm.
was the days.
I met my
MySpace.
husband on OkCupid.
There you go.
Derek Floyd. He was 18 dating a 50-year-old.
Derek Floyd, you were not 18 dating a 50-year-old. You were 18 studying a 15-year-old is what that was.
50-year-old. Wow.
That's kind of scary there.
And she's back with the crazy echo. Oh, sorry. I don't mean to have an echo.
No, I don't hear echo now.
I don't
have an
have an
Came
echo.
back.
Sorry, Ace. Wait, can we get back to Ace? You got to super chat that question, but Derek Floyd, 18 dating a 15-year-old. We gotta have a chat about that.
Hmm.
I kind of miss MySpace.
Yeah, there's no echo. Everybody says you're good.
Say,
All right,
mix
good.
that corn liquor with Hawaiian punch and boom.
Wow.
What is corn liquor?
I don't know.
It's like high
No,
fructose
it's like-
booze.
No, it's like moonshine. It's good stuff.
Oh, moonshine.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Okay.
They in the same family.
I know there's some people that are actually coming in right now. So tell us all what y'all drinking.
Yes,
Yes.
absolutely. Except Ronald Martinez says, if I was single and I wanted to find a chick with no kids and good credit, I would have to date a girl from Africa on a horse or find a girl in middle school here in the States.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, wow.
So the only girls
kids is not that bad. At
He's
least you
saying
know she's a woman.
Ace
Does Emily
Lucero.
give spankings? Does
Yes,
Emily
I
give
do.
spankings?
Yes, Ace. We give spankings in our house. That's why we have to have our boom boom time separately. And Emily receives spankings sometimes as well. So, it's all good. But when you've been married, I've been married over 15 years. So you got to keep it interesting.
Yes.
Yeah. Ooh, corn liquor. Moonshine, 100%.
But for $2,
proof.
we're not getting more into that.
Sean said that was disturbing.
Sean, it's disturbing that I give spankings. I hope that's not what we're talking about. That can't be too disturbing, hopefully.
Everclear was just that good. Okay, so somebody
Big
got
house.
Everclear.
I learned what Everclear was in college, and that was a mistake. Corn liquor is what people used to drive cars on in the 40s and 50s.
Oh my gosh, really?
Oh,
It's made from corn liquor with corn syrup. It has no proof to it. Is that because it's like 1,000 proof? My uncle has some corn liquor. I am fascinated by the conversation going on here right now because I've never heard of corn liquor. So,
Yeah, regular liquor is here. Corn liquor is up here somewhere.
well, yeah, it's basically gasoline. So,
Oh my
I mean,
god.
Yes.
we need to get back to cars running on corn. I feel like it would give us something to use the corn for other than high fructose corn syrup, which we all know sucks.
Yeah.
So if we can run cars on it, that would be awesome. And then every asshole in LA would be driving one. They'd be like, this is a corn car, not a Prius. Everyone drives a goddamn Prius. It's scary though. My kids are riding their bikes and they can't hear them coming.
Yeah, they're so
frightening.
quiet.
They're so quiet. And
They're quiet.
I get it. I used to drive a hybrid, and when you're in the compartment and the car's that quiet, it's lovely. But when you're on the outside and you're 10 and you can't hear the car coming, yeah, it's frightening.
But no, the thing about it is, I drove a Prius before, and that thing is scary to drive. That thing is quiet, like
they're quiet.
Nothing.
Yeah,
They're like you know,
I
Night
rode it
Rider.
I never drove.
Like Night Rider, when they put in whisper mode.
Yep, it's exactly that.
So
So
they don't tell you gotta change the battery one day.
Yep, you do have to change the battery one day. So one of my drives a Prius, and she used to take us all to lunch in the Prius, and we would call it the silent assassin, and we would just like roll up on people and be like, ah, and they'd be like, what? We rolled our gangster rap. We used to listen to the music of our defendants, so we'd be prosecuting people listening to their music. It was so amazing.
Big House Production got a question for you.
I think that was a statement.
Ace Lucero's got a question. Ace Lucero for $2 says Easy wants to get spanked with an S9 Plus.
I can believe it.
Yeah,
I can believe it.
Yeah,
it won't survive though.
Big House Productions. I'm not answering questions.
He wants the lilac.
Though I will tell you, Big House, that my entrepreneurial spirit started young, and in college, I used to do dramatic readings of the Penthouse form for the guys in my dorm for money.
What? That sounds so cool.
Hi, this is Emily. How are you tonight?
Wow.
Oh yeah, I totally wanted to be a phone sex operator in college. I just couldn't figure out how to do
confessions night?
I don't know if that's a deep confession, but when we're talking about me in a Catwoman mask being a dominatrix, I just feel like, you know, maybe in another life. Sean wants to know if the Prius runs on a Morphe charger. Kind of. And Big House wants to know who can admit to being passed by a Prius. Anyone in LA traffic has been passed by a fucking Prius because they're in the carpool lane.
Nobody passing me by. He said I drive a car with an Emmy in it.
Oh my gosh.
And Gary Brown's taking it there. No, Gary, not without super chat.
That's what I said to him.
Oh boy.
I'm trying to see if we could get away with it.
This is what happens when the bottle's empty, people.
Wow.
But it has a rose. Look, there's the rose on the bottom I was talking about.
That's cute.
It is cute.
That's nice. Yeah, that is cute.
It is cute.
That's nice.
Oh, do we have tech to talk about? Can we talk about tech? Can we talk about tech?
I was hoping people were going to say more about the P20 and P20 Pro besides that she liked it.
I have no idea what you just said.
Oh, my bad. I said I thought Kimmy was going to say more about the P20 and the P20 Pro. She was
other than I don't have one in my hand and I want one really bad. What else can I say?
But you got the Mate 10.
Yeah, I still have my Mate 10 because the Mate 10 is going to get sold when I get my hands on the P20 Pro.
When you get your P. So what do you want in the P20?
What I want?
Yeah, no, what is it?
Cameras.
Yeah, is that what is driving that? 3 cameras. Tell me more. Tell us more.
Yeah.
Tell us more.
Tell us more.
Well, the thing about it is, I think it's running the Kirin 970. It has 3 cameras on the rear.
It's a slight step up from my Mate 10.
Yeah.
So
cameras on the rear.
When a new iPhone comes out for you, Emily.
Yeah, exactly.
Even if it's just a slight step up,
you're still geeked.
Like,
I love it.
Yes.
What we're talking about on the rear, Ronald Martinez in chat has said that my ex-girlfriend told me, "Hurt me, daddy," during sex. So I hit her over the head with an iPhone. Don't know if that's true or if we're being told, but or if we're being trolled, but I like it. Ace Lucero said, rename the show Spank Me Mama Wednesday.
That would take off.
Big House said, this goes to Kimmy's shirt. Take a bow, Kimmy. $5. Thank you, Big House Productions.
Thank you, Big House.
There you go, Kimmy. Woo! Woo! Kimmy, Tech for Your Needs wants to know what color of the P20.
I would like the Twilight, but the Twilight is not coming out to the end of April, and I don't know if I can wait that long. So I would opt for the Midnight Blue.
Real world problems. Real world problems.
Wait a minute, Kimmy. It's April 11th. It's like 2 weeks from now.
You are correct,
dude.
But
if you
can get the other two models next week.
Yes.
Is that when you're gonna get it?
I couldn't wait an extra week for an iPhone based on color. There's no way. There's no way.
Right.
I would end up with both and then trying to sell one.
At least you know it sell well.
Right.
I've even been emailing sellers like, can you get the pink gold? If you can get the pink gold, I'll work with that too. But I don't want black. Anything but black.
Yeah, black is old news now. I mean, you got to have colors. I mean, because you put it.
I got a black phone. I don't need another black phone.
I mean, you put clear cases on phones now. So I mean,
right. I love a clear case.
Yeah, that's all I use.
Actually, I have two black phones, so I don't need another black phone.
What's that? What's that you got there? Let's see. Those three phones. You got Mate 10.
There's the Mi Max too.
Mi Max.
The LG.
Ah, the V30.
Yeah, and the Mate
10.
That's a lot of good cameras.
That's a lot of good cameras.
Yeah.
I don't think the P20 go impress you like that. I'm seeing it because the reason why is because all the YouTube videos I've saw, they praising the camera, but when they get into some different scenarios, the pixels.
If I did a lot of videos, I think I'd be disappointed. But I don't do a lot of videos.
But you have you got the bosses though. I mean, you got the Mate 10. I mean, you got the Huawei phones. They're all good. The Mate 9 was good too.
Look at Sean talking about the Huawei Mate RS Porsche edition. It's nice, but who's paying Porsche prices?
Well, I mean, do you think about well? Here's the thing: if you go pay $1,200 for a P20,
I'm not paying.
I know, but I'm just saying the price that I saw.
Yeah, I understand.
But so if I'm gonna pay $1,200 for a P20, I'll buy the Porsche edition because that's $1,200.
Yeah,
I'm just saying. I'm looking at that. I'm looking at that Twilight color. That shit.
Would you wait for that? You'll wait 1 week for that, right?
I would wait 1 week for that.
I would wait 1 week.
You mean 2 weeks, maybe? They said the end of the month. 2 weeks. But either way,
2 weeks.
I didn't pay. I think this was like, I forget how much this was, but I didn't pay retail for it either. I paid like $5 something.
That phone is gorgeous.
So,
yeah, but that Twilight.
But it was like, Twilight is beautiful.
Yeah. It's beautiful.
But see, I might not be able to get it for the price that I can get the Midnight Blue.
Fair.
That's fair.
But the price might go down after the Midnight comes out.
Nah, not for the Twilight. The Twilight.
Not for the Twilight.
I mean, the Twilight's going to be up there.
When the Twilight comes out, then the other ones will go down.
Yeah, well, the Twilight. We talk about like importing it because overseas it's cheap. Like they said, what $7.99, $8.99 overseas, but to the US it's like $1,200.
Right.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You have sellers right now selling the Twilight version, even though it's not out yet, for 12 and 13.
Yeah.
Right now, but you got to wait 19 days.
Right. If they can get it.
Well, this is the people overseas saying they will send it to you.
Yeah.
For 12 and 13.
Yeah.
You guys, Ronald's asking us some really good questions. He's asking us some tech questions. His first one is, do you guys use an antivirus cleaner on your phone?
Nope.
And is it true that those apps drain your battery?
It's
probably.
True.
Yeah, he answered earlier.
Lookout. I hated that app. I always got rid of that app. I'm so happy to come out this time.
But you know what? I only use Apple, so I trust.
Yeah, that's not a problem.
I trust the App Store, so it's not an issue for me because I am an Apple fangirl, and that's all I use.
Well,
when I responded back to him, I said, "Do you use a lot of third-party apps?" because I use some third-party apps, but not tons of them.
Yeah.
I've never gotten a virus on my phone, so I don't use virus protection.
And then Ronald had another question. He asked us, if you guys can design the ideal phone, what would it have? Oh, thank you, Ray, for the super chat. He
Thank
said,
you, Ray.
We need a Mi 10, Mi Max, and V30 review. Yes, we do, girl.
Yes, we do.
Give it to us.
Ray,
cheers.
Ray threw that. Ray is my low-key cousin. We're going to figure this thing out. We think we family. But either way. I am so serious.
Ronald's question.
Do it.
About which one?
If you could design the ideal phone, what would it have?
Ooh, to me, I like 16:9 aspect ratio. People keep on telling me I'm a dinosaur. Give me 16:9 aspect ratios.
I agree.
All right, 16:9 aspect.
No, I don't agree.
All right, a beautiful Beyonce phone like this. Beautiful Beyonce like this or like this. Right. I ain't worried about where the camera's gonna be at. Just give me that. Give me 16:9 aspect ratio. Just a beautiful phone. Look at this phone. Look, I made a video about this. I keep talking about this. People can tell me what they want. I love 16:9 aspect ratio phones.
You like that forehead and chin?
I love that forehead and chin.
Does something for you?
16:9 aspect ratio. This. Let me have it.
I need 16:9.
Yeah.
Big as hell. This is to Mi Max 2, so it's huge.
She needs a phablet.
Job. Yes, I need a phablet. Big as my face. I need that. I need the paint job from the Huawei P20. I need Huawei's front-facing camera. I need Pixel's back-facing camera. Look, I'm putting all kinds of phones together, but that's what I need. And that's about it. I'm good. As long as it's I'm not, a lot of people have problems with EMUI, and I'm good with it. I'm good with it, even though people say it's like iOS. I don't have a problem with iOS. So that, or even stock Android. I can do stock Android too. But I don't like TouchWiz.
Yeah.
I don't like TouchWiz at all.
I agree with you. I'm leaning towards stock Android. The reason why is because when I use my iPhone, man, iPhone works great.
iPhone works great.
Before I get into my ideal phone, I did want to read Tech for Your Needs comment. He says, my ideal phone would be something like Project Era. A-R-A.
Era? Oh, Aura. Aura. Project Aura, where you have to flip-flop parts and pieces and all that. See, that would never work.
Oh, like a modular phone.
Yeah, because customers don't want to be buying pieces and the camera and this. See, that would never work.
He's like, it's like a Build-A-Bear phone.
That's only gonna work.
It's like, pick your camera, pick your back, pick your front to build.
That's gonna work for somebody who does a lot of accessories. If you're like me, I buy a lot of cases, so I'd probably do something like that. I'm like Sean Vega. He says he likes excellent battery life. 2 days for me, minimum. I need 2 days of battery life.
How much battery life? How much battery?
This is what type of phone I need right here. I want to keep it. I'm a dinosaur.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, give me the keyboard. Oh.
My ideal phone would be the S9 Active with a pen, and it has the Edge panel.
There you go.
That would be my ideal phone.
I need Face ID because I'm in love with it and I will never get rid of Face ID, but I need a bigger screen. I'm like Kimmy. I need my phone to be the size of my face. Like I do everything on my phone. I don't use an iPad anymore. I have them. I don't use them. I want my phone to be big enough. I want my phone to replace my iPad, basically.
Yeah.
So I there are things I love about the iPhone 10, but the longer I've used it, I'm ready for it to be a bit bigger. I'm ready for the screen.
When the bigger one comes out, that's gonna be right up your alley.
Oh, fire! I am on the big one. That's coming next year, right? We know it's coming next year,
right?
I mean, that is a big difference.
It is a big difference.
That's a big difference.
And they say that the screen is the same size, and the screen real estate is the same size. It feels different in my hand, but I want the bezel-less screen on a bigger phone. And I realize it will be expensive as hell to fix. I don't care. No one touches my phone. I want it to, I don't drop it all the time. I want a big old screen. I love my AR Plus. I love my Animojis. So I want the next best version of the iPhone 10, better back facing cameras and a slightly better front facing camera. But I got to tell you, not a rant, but I have a couple friends that are photographers and they've been talking about how portrait mode is cutting into their business. Like the portrait mode has changed whether people are buying like professional portraits because it's so good. So Apple has gotten to the place where it's so good, but I love the iPhone 10. I need a beefed iPhone 10 with a bigger screen. That's what I need.
I want to read where to go?
Dexter, yes.
She lost it.
No, did it go up?
That bottle of wine is kicking in now.
We're feeling it. You feel our struggle every week.
Look, think about it, you can see her face all blush. And,
yes,
you can tell that drunk person.
She's glowing. She looks good.
She's glowing.
Good. There's always blood rushing to my head.
That drunk person.
We got it. 10 more minutes. 10 more minutes. We got it, guys. We pull it together, Catwoman.
Ronald's comment, but I can't find it. He said, "What was his favorite phone? I mean, what would his ideal phone be?"
Who are you looking for?
Ronald, the guy who asked us the question.
I'll find it. Girl, I got you.
Thank you.
Give me the iPhone X in the body style of the iPhone 8 Plus with all metal body. I agree with you. That's it.
Oh no, it was Sean answering Ronald's question. He said, Sean Vega Velez said, my phone would have excellent battery life, great camera, 16:9 ratio, and a metal body with expandable memory. I actually want the plastic back.
Really? Why?
Because that's like a break, but it's still wireless. You can still do wireless charging.
Oh.
I don't mind my glass back. It feels beautiful. But wireless charging so far for Apple is slower. So I don't use my wireless charging.
As long as it's durable.
What the ever loving hell is that?
My LG. I've dropped it a billion times. No problem.
My glass back's been fine too. I don't necessarily need a metal back. I want my phone to be pretty first. Like it needs to be pretty and fast.
Just paint your phone with nail polish.
But you know what? I just thought about. Jay Will put out a video today, and he was talking about his Mi Mix too, and it made me think. He was talking about the themes, and I wanted to post a comment under there, but I was going to get off work, and I didn't have time to post. I like the way my imports. I can run a theme, and I can take the dialer from this theme. And I can take the wallpaper from this theme. Like I can combine the themes and make one theme that I like versus I got to use this entire theme like I do on my LG. So my imports, I can use multiple themes, but my American phones, it's just like, okay, here's your theme. You got to use everything that we gave you.
You can mix and match themes on Samsung. I have a tutorial on that on my channel.
Well, I don't have a Samsung. The last time I was this excited about a phone was this Samsung Note Edge. You know, with my P20, I was this excited about. I was there when they released it at Verizon because I was with Verizon then, and I picked up the phone at the store the day it came out.
Word.
Yeah,
I love it.
You know what I'm excited about?
Wait, Kimmy, I want to ask, Kimmy, will you do a collab video on Eric's channel for the Huawei?
Yes, please.
You don't have to start your own YouTube channel. Will you just do it on Eric's channel or Catwoman's channel? Will you just do it on someone's channel?
2 minutes. This could be 2 minutes of video. Send it to me. I'll edit the rest.
I guess I have to at this point. I've been put on the spot.
Yes. I just want to see. I want to see yours. I want to see your take on it because you love it. And I'm looking at this Twilight Huawei, and I'm like, I might need to try that. Like I don't know how. But it's so pretty.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
But the pink gold one goes from like a pink to a gold, like to an orange to a gold.
Yeah, it's so really pretty. And this is gonna be me being like, we need to go to China so I can buy a phone because it's cheaper if I just fly there and then I can play Pokemon and then I can fly back. Like I'm telling you, the Pokemon YouTubers, man, the Pokemon YouTubers nailed the market on where it's at. Like those dudes are they're all young, unmarried, and don't have kids. But they are all over the world, those Pokemon YouTubers, and I am jealous. Niantic flies them around. I'm like, I should have just jumped on it. I am a hardcore fan, but my channel's not a Pokemon Go channel. It's just not. But
you can make it one.
Too late.
Too late.
What? Really?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, that ship has sailed. There are established people in the marketplace on that. And that's okay. Because I do other stuff. But fly to China and get a Huawei. Kimmy, why don't you just vlog flying to China and getting a Huawei? Bringing it back.
I am much more a writer than a recorder, and I told Catwoman, I said I'll probably open my blogs back up because I used to blog a lot.
Okay,
yeah. Very detailed.
Awesome.
Cool. All right, so we got roll call.
Yes, we do.
All right, next time I might just have Bixby read the whole thing.
Nice.
All right. Yeah. That'll work.
Everything verbatim. She'll probably
if you can make that happen. Hey, if you can make that happen, I'd be entertained. I think everyone would forgive Bixby's pronunciation.
Yeah, my Bixby's name is Stephanie.
Stephanie?
Yeah, Stephanie. Because when you go and change the voice, it says Stephanie English. I'm like, hi, Stephanie.
Why? I was curious as to why, and you just told us. There we go.
All right, roll call. Here we go. And we got Tech for Your Needs, Hype Ninja, The Tech Couple, Corey Stevens, Forbes Tech Review, Big House Productions, Uno Nice, Derek Floyd, Mark Toran II, Lamar Ward, Eugene Church, Ronald Martinez, Big Dog, Gary Brown, Mark Betha, Sean V. Nice, Will Broussard, Ace Lucero, Zenigma, Cy Megd, Jason Jill, Timothy Baxter, Sean Vega Velez, Rel Gobrixie, Ray, Don Brogg, Dexter Cumberbatch, Tutorial Leak, Total Tech, our dog, Pamela Goodman. Thank you for coming out and having fun with us.
Well, that's Spanish.
No, that was English.
That was wine.
It's drunken Spanish.
That was a drunk roll call. Yes, Ace Lucero, drunk roll call. It was amazing. But if it makes anybody feel better, I'm ordering pizza from my phone.
Oh, word.
Because I'm starving and I had wine for dinner. So pizza.
I have a big.
My Siri has an English accent and he's a male.
Mine too. I have male British Siri. I love him.
Does he have a name besides Siri?
He won't change his name.
My friend calls him Stefan when he hears him. Stefan.
I feel like Stefan's the right name for him, but Siri will not let you change Siri's name. It's like, hey Siri, can I call you this? And Siri's like, fuck yourself. I'm Siri.
My Siri is so rude.
All right, wait, you got let me hear it, Emily. Let me hear your Siri.
All right, hold on. What do you want me to ask Siri?
I don't know.
All right.
Hey, can I call you Jarvis?
Hey Siri, what time is it? Oh wait, it's too quiet. Hold on. Let me turn it up. Hey Siri, what is the meaning of life?
42.
Hey Siri, what's really the meaning of life?
The condition that distinguishes animals and plants from inorganic matter, including the capacity for growth, reproduction, functional activity, and continual change preceding death. Do you want to hear the next one?
Hey Siri, can I call you Jarvis?
I think you have me mistaken for another intelligent assistant.
Hey Siri, can I call you Tom?
That would be very confusing.
Hey Siri, can I call you Stefan?
Not at all.
Siri's not playing at all.
Not even gonna humor you.
I can't imagine why you'd want to.
Siri said no, but really, I can't imagine why you'd want to. Hey Siri,
I heard
call
him.
Me the master.
Hey, tell him.
You would like me to call you the master?
Yes.
Okay, the master. What's next?
Dang, what's next?
Siri, do you love me?
Well, I enjoy spending quality time with you.
Hey Siri, what's 0 times 0?
0 times 0 is 0.
That was for Dexter.
The last time I told Siri that I loved him, he told me, I bet you say that to all your electronics.
Siri
No, I'm
is
just like-
definitely sassy. Of the Alexa's like very obliging and very compliant, and Siri's way snappier than Alexa.
Mhm.
And I don't have a Google HomePod, so I've got Siri and Alexa to compare it to, and I've got literally
Alexa
in my kitchen.
is like slave.
Yes.
Siri's like master.
Yes. Siri's like, Alexa's like, whatever you wish. And Siri's like, bitch, please. But I've got them next to each other in the kitchen. So it's funny seeing which one my kids gravitate towards. And they like to play games on Alexa, but they ask Siri for music and news and weather and stuff like that. So what the HomePod needs, we've gone back to tech. Oh, we're over time. But what the HomePod needs is the ability to distinguish Hey Siri from my phone and my fucking watch. Because I say Hey Siri and like 9 things go, yes. So we need to be able to just say Hey HomePod so that you know I'm talking to you, because my phone starts beeping. Siri, stop, cancel. My Siri's going nuts right now.
That's why you gotta. That's why you call it Jarvis.
Yes. Hey, Jarvis. So my HomePod needs to let me, name it so that I can distinguish my HomePod from all my other Siri devices, because otherwise they all go crazy. Big House says Alexa. Says the 50 Shades of Grey.
Ronald said, my Bixby name is Bonquisha.
Why?
Because it's a good name.
But Tech Freya Need says, Emily, I feel your pain. Right. When all 3 series are like, yes, it's like, no, I'm not fucking talking to you. I'm talking to the other one. And so my phone's always with me. So to not be able to distinguish between the HomePod and the phone and the watch gets confusing as to which one's going to pick up. So that is something I would love to see improved.
Bixby does the same thing, but this is what I do. I have one phone set up that allows to use the voice wake up feature, and the other one only uses the button.
Fair enough. But I need my phone to voice wake up when I'm in my car, because I'm like, hey Siri, open Pokemon Go. But I need my kitchen AirPod or my Apple Pod or my HomePod or whatever the fuck it's called. I need it to know that when I say, hey Siri, play Dave Matthews Band, that I'm talking to my speaker and not my phone. Now my phone wants to play Dave Matthews. I love you, Dave. Anything. I mean, I've got so much Dave Matthews Band loaded on my iTunes that it's just all
crash into me.
Yeah. I will be your Dixie chicken if you'll be. Anyway, I've seen Dave live. Probably we can get into live concerts next time, but I've seen Dave live like 37 times.
Damn.
Oh, I've got a tattoo. It's a thing. I'm a hardcore 90s bitch, but I've got a Dave tattoo on my back, like all the way up my spine.
Oh, word.
Yeah. I like my tattoos.
How much super chat so we can see that?
Nope.
Oh, okay.
Emily, how many tattoos you got? I gotta know now.
5. But the one on my back is like multiple, because the one on my back was built over like 4 different sessions, and it was a tattoo, and then I added more, and then I added more. So I kept adding to the tattoo.
We're definitely part of the same generation. I have 13.
Because I needed to add. So I had my 90s tramp stamp, but I needed to keep adding to it. So I just kept adding to it, and now it's this whole thing up my back. But I love it. But then I've got my wrists. I would have more, but I was working at the DA's office. So now, yes. So now that I'm not,
you know my struggle.
Yes, I know your struggle. So I can cover. Wrists are easy to cover. I want one on the back of my neck. I just haven't done it yet.
I have 3 on the back of my neck.
Yeah, the back of my neck.
Me and all my siblings' astrological signs.
Oh, I love that. I love that. I
have 2.
You have 2. What do you got? Okay, we're getting into tattoos.
Redbird. He got Redbird.
Yes, Redbird.
Mm-hmm.
And,
yep.
I got my daughter's name here.
There you
Mhm.
go.
All right, guys.
And then Ray Bird here.
Where does it say the Oracle?
That's the next one.
It's an issue. I see a gap. Because this one is the one on my wrist is my family. So it's my husband, me, and my 2 kids, and they are cherry blossoms. And then this is a butterfly with a Dave Matthews quote that says, "Give me scars to bring me strength." And people are like, "What is that?" I'm like, "That is my life in a tattoo." And then my back is my Dave Matthews Fire Dancer with a galaxy behind it. Because,
cool.
But oh no, and then the one on my hip, which I forgot about. So I have one on my hip. But we need to add a TARDIS somewhere and a lightsaber somewhere. So my deeply nerdy tattoos are coming.
Yay!
Yeah.
I am completely done. My last one put me out the game.
I'm a tattoo.
Really? You're tattoo free, Catwoman?
No,
I have a garter around my thigh. I am done.
Ouch.
What?
Fair.
All the way
Sounds so
around.
cool.
Fair.
Wow.
My husband keeps saying, "But what about when you went back?" I'm like, "What are you saying? You'd be embarrassed if I was rocking a TARDIS in the middle of my shoulder blades?" He's like, "Maybe." Dexter Cumberbatch says you have more stamps than the post office. I don't know how to take that, Dexter.
I don't have a stamp. I don't have a tramp stamp. So you're on your own with that one.
It was the 90s, people. I have tribal waves on my low back. It was the 90s, and I love them. And I still love them.
I had a tongue piercing.
Oh,
I had a tongue piercing.
I did too. I still do. It didn't close up, so it's still there.
I had a tongue piercing. And then I started dating my husband, who's a dentist, and he was like, "I can't listen to that. Hit your teeth." And I was like, "I love you." And I had to take it out. I worked at a Girl Scout camp for a summer, and they had a very
that was a good.
I have some good piercings too. I had my eyebrow pierced. I have
Girl.
flashy pierced.
I feel you. I had all the ears. I had all the ears, like all. But then I was playing water polo in college, so I would have to take them out because otherwise they would like pierce holes in the side of your head.
Oh my gosh.
But I still have 2 up here, 2 here, 2 here. I always wanted a nose.
No.
You know.
Awesome. All right, so we way over time, ladies.
Way over time.
Way over time.
So
We're
we're
gonna continue this conversation next week. This is Wine Wednesday. I knew this. I love it. Yeah, believe me, I can talk all night about this stuff. But I know that we got to carry on to next week. Don't forget about this Saturday night, guys. We have Tech Night Saturday. What I call it? Tech Saturday.
Saturday Night Tech Talk.
Saturday Night Tech Talk, guys.
Ask your girl.
Yeah, there you go.
No, she's about lit. She can't help him out at all. Look at Catwoman right now.
Now look at her face. Look at the face.
I was really good tonight.
So good.
Yes. Face, eyes can't even open.
Matching.
Yeah. All right, y'all.
Water is your friend.
Y'all have a nice evening. This is Wine Wednesday. See y'all next Wednesday. Peace.